To the Reds here, a bit of a make or break game for you blokes. How are you preparing?
Yeah, we're preparing pretty well, very well actually. We did a pretty good review of the Tars game, and we saw a lot of positives, but also a lot of work-ons, as you probably expect as well. We fell short of the Reds coming into the first time we played them, so we're looking to make amends on that and go pretty well this weekend.
What were the kind of key takeaways from the Tars game?
Just our defensive pressure. We had pretty good defensive pressure. The tries that they did score were pretty flashy. They were somewhat off our own little mistakes. Through the whole game, we applied a lot of pressure through their key players and nullified them in the way that we wanted to do and set the task out. But we were just unable to finish it off ourselves, which in the end somewhat took the toll.
It's stuff you need to work on for the Reds?
We're looking to take into a very physical game, so they've got a massive outfit, a very strong outfit, and it's just about asserting ourselves as a strong forward pack we're talking about throughout this season. So we've probably fallen short of that task in some games, and without a doubt, in most of the games we've showed that we have the capability of being one of the strongest forward packs in the comp, so it's just about the ability of doing it for a full 80 minutes.
Obviously, last time against the Reds wasn't with the scrum kind of what you guys were looking for, but you guys have made plenty of inroads since then. Yeah,
definitely. So personnel was a bit different then as well, and we've had a pretty good session just coming off the park then with our scrum. So we've got a lot to work on, especially reviewing the Tars game. That was probably one of our strongest scrum performances throughout the year. So just putting that down the week before, coming up against a good scrum puts us in good stead.
That Reds defence this season has been very, I guess, Brad Thorne-esque. Dan likes to play a bit of, expansive footy, throw it around. Do you think that's how you're going to score tries against them this week? Maybe not in tight, but going wide?
Yeah, you can see through the review of the first game that they gave us a lot of opportunities, and you could probably put it down to the early stage of the season, not having the cohesive unit that we'd like to have of actually taking those opportunities. But coming into the round 7, I think it is, that we're able to. We're seeing the space where it's just about actually taking the space. So we know that we will create a lot of opportunities, and with their explosive line speed and their big tackles, they're big boys. So hopefully they blow up a bit, and then we can overly exploit them a bit wider, and even through the inroads in the middle with one-off shooting out and stuff like that.
Speaking of that cohesiveness as well, I guess it's taken a little while for it to click, particularly for those tries, but I guess pretty warming to see that first try come off from the Brumbies on the weekend. I guess go through a few hands and a few flick passes for it to get across the line. Yeah,
exactly right. It's probably one thing that our attack's probably not to the standard that we want it to be. We're one of the better defensive sides in the competition, so we can't win a game without scoring tries. So it's just about actually going about and doing that. So the whole week's been about how we're going to expose that side of our game and actually really score a lot more tries. That's obviously how you win the game. So it's just about doing that now.
Tom, what about you personally? You get the world's best flanker back into the squad, but it comes at the expense of your jersey. How are you kind of going through that?
Oh, it's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a tough but an easy one in a way actually, because you know that he is the best in the world. So you're somewhat happy to see him come back into the scheme of things and put himself forward as he did last weekend. I think he got three turnovers more than the whole team's got all year. So it's little things like that is you take for granted. So it's he's a good person to have around. He's a great character to have around, and the team will lift, and they have lifted from him being back. So it's it's definitely good and it's an easy one to swallow for me. But I'm happy to be on the bench or help wherever need be.
Are you just trying to be a sponge under Poey, I guess, to learn from one of the best in the business?
Oh, well, that's what it's about. When you have someone like that, it's hard not to try and learn as much as you can. He's one person that you listen to. There's a lot of people who say a lot of things, and something goes through one ear and out the other. But with people like himself and even Christian and like a lot of the coaches as well, Laurie coming back, people that have been around for a long time and at the pinnacle of the game, at the peak of the game, you're kind of forced to learn from them, you're forced to listen to them. So having that knowledge readily available is, without a doubt, the best thing possible for my development personally.
I suppose no one wants to be on the bench, but if you've got to be on the bench behind David Pocock, probably the best bench spot in the world.
Exactly right. I know, you can't really argue that fact at all.
Speaking of that kind of depth in the back row as well, I guess are you kind of surprised by I guess at the start of the season probably wouldn't have thought that you'd come off the bench for Izzy instead of perhaps someone like Lockie. You were surprised by how well Lockie's come into the season?
I know, it's, we knew with the back row that they said at the start of the year that without a doubt is going to be one of the stronger back rows, and each have their different skills and attributes which they bring to the game, and Lockie's a hard ball carrier with great knowledge of the game in itself. So he's brought great composure, and he's captained the side, I think, at the back end of the Reds and even the back end of the weekend as well. So it's a unique back row in that everyone offers different things. So it's whatever Dan and the coaches see best fit to the game and what at hand, you just got to accept, and that's what we've done all year, and they've seemed to perform, have been one of the stronger back rows throughout the year.
Given the result against the Waratahs, and then I guess this could be seen as a bit of a redemption round against the Reds, do you feel pressure mounting to sort of notch up those wins against Australian teams? Yeah,
definitely. It's we haven't had that taste yet this year, but without a doubt, you don't like losing to fellow Australian teams, and they're in theory the ones that you're competing against to finish at the top of the conference. So if you manage to lose a majority of those games against those teams, it's hard to finish top of the conference without a doubt. So yeah, we're in a position where we're vying very hardly to get that first win against an Australian side, which will hopefully be a flow-on effect.